Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. Journalists who hold public officials accountable. We won't be kissing their, says VP JAGDEO. PPPC denies spending $5 billion on elections campaign. GS JAGDEO says he will make the figure known later. Forward Guyana movement will take fight against GECOM to the Caribbean Court of Justice after appeal court defeat. Positive impact of the new Enmore Regional Hospital on community well-being. And in sport, Guyana Basketball Federation recognized by the Caribbean Basketball Confederation for its commitment to the game. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with this October 3 edition of the HGP Nightly News. Here's what you need to know this evening. Reporters who hold public officials accountable have been given clear warning that it's going to be hell on earth under the People's Progressive Party Civic. The signs are already clear that such journalists will be harassed by the ruling party. More details in this report. Even though the France-headquartered global press freedom watchdog Reporters Without Borders recently called on the Irfan Ali-led administration to end hostility towards the new media and instead make press freedom a priority during his 5-year mandate, President Ali's Vice President JAGDEO has signaled clear intentions to ignore the urging of Reporters Without Borders.
And then they claim, I see all around, you would see them running around the world saying, oh, Irfan Ali doesn't treat them well, he doesn't smile with them. They're reporters in this country, and then they're fraudsters, and some of them just carry badges for reporting for newspapers and some of the online media houses.
End to politicians' hostility towards journalists, refrain from personally berating or insulting journalists or inciting their supporters to do so, are 3 policy recommendations by Reporters Without Borders to help the Guyana government reset its relationship with the media. It doesn't appear that the People's Progressive Party Civic is prepared to take heed to those recommendations anytime soon.
They are pure criminals, some of the people. They have criminal past. I can point out quite a few of them who've had a criminal past, and they have nothing associated with a reporter.
The vice president now wants help from the international community.
So you're going to hear them say the government is hostile to reporters again? I think we have to now spend time to expose these people to the international community. Not all opposition elements who wear the badge or carry the badge of a reporter or say they're a reporter suddenly becomes a reporter or a journalist. You have to have some standards.
While promising to promote greater freedom for the Guyanese people, including press freedom, ensuring the courts are impartial, and the right to assembly, JAGDEO pulled out that vulgar slang and have put reporters who hold governments accountable on notice.
We are not going to be kissing the ass of reporters who are hostile to us.
Guyana ranks 73rd in the 2025 World Press Freedom Index, but its political indicator stands at 111th because of the influence the government employs on the media. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Meanwhile, the People's Progressive Party Civic plans to reveal later the exact amount of money it spent on its elections campaign. For now, though, a reported $5 billion has been dubbed a lie. There is denial by the People's Progressive Party Civic's General Secretary, JAGDEO, that his party spent at least $5 billion on campaigning for the September 1 general and regional elections.
I wouldn't disclose my source, sir.
Yes, you wouldn't disclose. So that's what people do. You hide behind sources. if I were to come here every time and hide behind a source, then nothing, we'd never find the truth. You could publish a blatant lie like that and say you can't disclose your source.
Mr. JAGDEO, who is also the country's sitting vice president, was at the time hosting his usual Thursday afternoon press conference. JAGDEO's feathers seemed ruffled by the revealing figures, which was first published by a credible online news agency.
I don't know where he pulled that out, from some dark part of his body or somewhere else.
It was representatives from the US-based Carter Center, while observing the September 1 general elections, who said they had seen signs of the misuse of state resources and the state media. In a pre-election statement, the center said it had received multiple allegations from political parties and civil society that the ruling party has misused state resources. It said social media and news reports are also rife with photographs suggestive of this problem.
My poll said they spent $300 million in the last elections, which is a lot of money, by the way. I thought APNU spent far less. We're given the mediocre performance and the campaign they had. And the PPP didn't spend very much more than that.
Pressed on his party's elections campaign financing strategy, especially at the last elections, Mr. JAGDEO responded.
I will make known the figure later, but I would love if you tell the country how you came up with $5 billion. $5 billion is probably, we didn't spend much more than APNU.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. We tell you now that following the appeal court's dismissal of its case against GECOM, the Forward Guyana movement says it is now preparing to take the matter to the Caribbean Court of Justice. Tiana Cole will tell you more.
Leader of the Forward Guyana movement, Amansu Walton Desir, was confirmed that her party's legal battle will continue at the regional level after the Court of Appeal threw out a challenge against GECOM's decision to exclude it from national ballot in 3 regions during the just concluded general and regional elections. Walton Desir said attorney Dr. Vivian Williams, who represented the appellant, has already signaled his intention to take the matter to the Caribbean Court of Justice.
He believes that strongly in the merits of the case, and as an attorney at law, I too see a lot of merit in what his arguments are.
On Thursday, the Chancellor ruled that the High Court lacked jurisdiction to hear the matter and emphasized that the constitutional and statutory framework already outlines the proper procedures for such challenges. Walton Desir argued that this ruling undermines citizens' rights.
Essentially, what that is saying, Nigel, is that your constitutional rights are on hold. So GECOM could do whatever it wants. Your constitutional rights have been effectively suspended.
The appeal court also ordered appellant Crystal Fisher of Region 9 to pay cost of $1 million to each respondent, in addition to the original High Court cost order, bringing the total to $4 million. Walton Desir described the ruling as discouraging to ordinary citizens.
Unless you have money, you can't ask questions. Because asking questions comes with consequences. And that is the most damaging message that any court could send.
In a statement after the ruling, Forward Guyana movement argued that the decision raises serious questions about voter equality and sovereignty. The party said the judgment unjustly limits citizens' choices for presidential and national candidates based on whether their chosen party contests in a particular geographic region, even when it meets the legal requirements to participate. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana, for your reporting. Stay with us. There is more news ahead.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality.
Did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Commissioner Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Monrepo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
Nightly News. Treasurer for the People's National Congress Reform, Elson Lowe, has resigned from his post. Antonio Day spoke with Lowe on Friday about his resignation.
Elson Lowe, who served as the People's National Congress Reform Youth Policy and Economic Advisor, has tendered his resignation from his post as treasurer on Wednesday. Lowe, when contacted by the Nightly News, said his resignation was prompted due to him wanting to advance his studies.
I have decided to move on from the treasurer position at this time so that I can focus on my studies.
However, Lowe, who has been critical of the incumbent People's Progressive Party Civic regarding its management of the country's economy, had publicly expressed concerns pertaining to the PNCR's leadership amid its devastating defeat at the recently concluded 2025 general and regional elections. The economist said that while the party is in a reconsolidating and rebuilding phase, his recommendations regarding the new approach to the party's leadership, in his view, has not yet witnessed any changes.
I had my concerns about the approach that leadership was taking, and as I didn't see any change in that approach, I thought it was best that leadership find somebody who is willing to work within that framework.
Lowe confirmed that he will continue his service to the People's National Congress Reform and advocate for a different modus operandi at the level of leadership at the party's grassroots basis. However, the former treasurer with expertise in economics said he will not cease to hold the incumbent accountable.
I'll continue to highlight to Guyanese some of the concerning and the errors in their approach going forward.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The chairman of the Caribbean Community CARICOM Special Ministerial Task Force on Food Production and Food Security, Zulfikar Mustafa, says the first phase of the CARICOM's agri-food systems strategy has clearly demonstrated what the region can achieve when working together. Marvin Cato reports.
The Council for Trade and Economic Development quoted Ministers of Agriculture from across the Caribbean have endorsed the 25 by 25 plus 5 implementation plan, which forms part of CARICOM's agri-food system strategy, commonly known as the Vision 25 by 2025 initiative. Speaking at the engagement of agriculture ministers, Mustafa said, quote unquote, "At the regional level, the data shows there has been increasingly stronger growth year on year. In 2022, the region's achievement rate was 57%. In 2023, it was 70%, and in 2024, it was 82%, giving a growth in production of 23.1% between 2022 to 2024. He signaled out the fact that accelerated production growth has been achieved with 8.9% and 13% registered between 2022 to 2023 and 2023 to 2024, respectively. In his retort, Mustafa said the extension of the initiative to 2030 gives the region an opportunity to strengthen on achievements, scale up production, and deepen regional cooperation, noting that under 25 by 25 plus 5, quote unquote, we are collectively targeting 4.3 million tons of regional food production by 2030. The Agriculture Minister urged member states to recognize meaningful partnerships formed, to remove consistent barriers to intra-regional trade, and to strengthen mechanisms that support food producers. Mustafa noted that for Guyana, quote unquote, we are fully committed to playing a leading role. Our national targets for 2030 includes more than 1 million tons of rice, nearly 500,000 tons of vegetables, 300,000 tons of coconut, and over 100,000 tons of poultry. We are also scaling up production of corn, soy, root crops, ginger, turmeric, fruits, honey, and fisheries, he told the task force. According to Mustafa, quote unquote, these targets are ambitious, but they reflect our determination to ensure that Guyana serves as a reliable hub for regional food supply, processing, and distribution. It is with this fervor that the region pursue its aim of significantly reducing the food import bill, which will reduce dependence on outside trade and improve and enhance food production, all while strengthening the bonds with sister Caribbean states in order to move closer to full regional integration. The agri-food systems strategy was primarily implemented to reduce the region's food import by 25% by the end of 2025. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
We tell you now that with housing demand on the rise, the Ministry of Housing has engaged regional housing officers to strengthen services and improve access to communities across Guyana. This story from Tiana Cole.
The ministry convened a strategic session on Friday at its Brigdam headquarters with officers from regions 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9, and 10. Discussions focused on enhancing regional operations to better meet the government's housing mandate. Minister of Housing Colin Crowell emphasized the need for stronger regional offices supported by human and technical resources to address challenges in each region. He also announced a plan to establish a housing office in Region 1, expanding access for residents in the interland community. In a telephone interview, Minister Crowell said with officers outside Region 4 handling increasing workloads, regional officers now carry more responsibility. The ministry is reviewing staffing levels and functionality to improve efficiency.
This is our first re-engagement with the regional housing officers. For them to understand what is our current mandate ahead, the government expectation in terms of implementing the upcoming program.
He said the session also aimed to guide officers in managing staff and efficiently serving the public.
Too often we have complaints of persons coming and then they're told, okay, we'll follow up or get back to you. When you can easily, have the persons wait a little longer and try to deal with the issues.
Minister within the ministry, Vanessa Ben, reminded officers of their vital role on the frontline extension of the ministry, emphasizing that awareness, knowledge, and integrity are key to building public trust. CHNPA CEO Dr. Martin Pratap urged officers to boost efficiency, noting that regional offices handle more than land allocations. He highlighted the importance of timely documentation for bank requests and financing, as well as the ongoing digitalization drive to reduce delays and improve record access. The meeting also emphasized enhancing public awareness and information sharing to reduce misinformation and build confidence in the housing system. This engagement is part of the ministry's broader effort to deliver quality, efficient, and transparent housing services nationwide, while ensuring regional offices are fully equipped to serve their communities. Tiana Ko reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
There is more news ahead. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Granny, what are you doing on the right of way? Like you're saying that the sunshine stretched today. It's a sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny. But I ain't digging, building, burning, or planting. No horsing wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses. But sunshine? But you and sunshine get out of the right of way. Sunshine, I'll be glad. Good.
Hey, stop, I don't go away when you don't eat food, you know. You got to wash your place because I did my nails. When is somebody going to make a nice cake? Is my good cake on upon the same?
Madam, I got a call from the people in the community, and they said you are disturbing the peace. You're smelling up the place, and you're doing something, but your food always seems to smell good.
Peppies, you get the best on these things.
These things just make you cook good. I want these things, I'll carry them for evidence.
I love all of you.
Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
And you?
Make home yours every day with GOV'T. Oh, yeah. Get value for your money. GOV'T have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. GOV'T have it all.
GOV'T has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using GOV'T's Ready Finance. GOV'T, make home yours.
HGP Nightly News. Since opening its doors in July, the new Enmore Regional Hospital has been providing thousands of residents with access to specialized health care. This is according to Medical Superintendent to the Enmore Hospital, Dr. Tracy Bovell. Jade June reports.
The Ministry of Health's latest investment in healthcare is already transforming lives on the east coast of Demerara. The newly commissioned Enmore Regional Hospital, which opened on July 4, 2025, is bringing specialized, high-quality healthcare closer to the community and delivering services that many residents previously had to travel long distances to access. Medical Superintendent Dr. Tracy Bovell explained that the vision behind the facility is to provide patient-centered, evidence-based healthcare with high-skilled professionals and advanced technological impacts.
The minister would have talked about it multiple times, but the main thing is to provide healthcare and bring it closer to the community, bring it closer to the persons that are actually in need of healthcare.
The hospital provides 24-hour emergency services and operates specialized clinics from Mondays to Fridays. In just 3 months of operation, the facility has seen over 7,000 patients in outpatient services and almost 5,000 in the accident and emergency department, and even welcomed 85 babies in the hospital services.
In our radiology suite, we're able to do ultrasounds, x-rays, we're able to even do CT scans. And please know this, of course, is free of cost to any citizen of Guyana, which is super important.
She further highlighted that the use of modern technology such as the queuing and appointment system that connects patients directly to physicians were present. Dr. Bovell emphasized that these services and innovations have already made a meaningful difference.
The patient can just press a button and call for a nurse immediately. Wow. They can, if they're in the toilet or in the bathroom and they realize that they need assistance, they can press a button, an alarm is sounded, and immediately the nurses can get in.
Since its launch, the Enmore Regional Hospital has not only improved access to critical health services, but also boosted confidence in healthcare systems. JAGDEO reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Government says it will collaborate with local and international partners to ensure all citizens have equitable access to financial services through the country's banking systems. Antonio Day will tell you more.
We have to be able in the shortest time frame to ensure every Guyanese have a bank account, even if the government must incentivize the opening up of those bank accounts.
That was President Irvin Ali while delivering a keynote address at the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce and Industries inaugural Energy Insights and Breakfast Beef at Pegasus Suites. According to the head of state, his government will provide the necessary mechanism to ensure that there is equality in access to financing by citizens.
An economy that is powered by a modern financial sector, one in which efficiency, reliability, and results drive our governance.
The politician in his delivery said that these bold initiatives to promote financial equity and equality are essential for all citizens of Guyana to succeed, as development must be inclusive. In challenging the local private sector to elevate their ambitions beyond merely servicing the booming oil and gas industry, the president also emphasized the need for businesses to lead in creating new industries as Guyana's economy rapidly expands. While the government will improve policies infrastructure, it is the responsibility of the business community to take bold action, the president asserted.
We are ready in spirit. Some folks are already erecting buildings, expanding businesses, building out to meet the opportunities. But readiness is more than dreams. It is about skills, partnerships, and wealth creation. Otherwise, the opportunities will come and pass us by. We must prepare, not just dream.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The Ministry of Public Works, through the Department of Public Information, has embarked on a public education program to sensitize the public on the proper use of the new Demerara River Bridge. More from Marvin Cato.
With the much anticipated wait for the opening of the Demerara River High-Span Bridge finally over, the use of the bridge is now in focus.
The first access to the bridge will be at the new roundabout on Heroes Highway. Alternatively, Windsor Estate Road allows access from the southern direction only. Use feeder roads like Amazonia Road, Greenfield Park Road, or Mucker Road.
It should be noted that once on Windsor Estate Road, you can turn north, then take a left turn which takes you directly onto the bridge.
Please note that the Windsor Estate intersection with the East Bank Bridge access road will no longer facilitate north to south or south to north traffic.
When accessing the bridge from the West Bank, drivers can head east using the Schoonard roundabout on the West Bank Road. This gives you direct access to the bridge.
The bridge on the East Bank side, here are the possible routes to connect you to the existing road network. If you are going south towards Diamond or the Chadijagan International Airport, simply proceed straight ahead after exiting the bridge.
When you are on the Heroes Highway, you then proceed with the following.
Turn right by the new roundabout and continue southwards towards Diamond. If you are going north or to the east coast, the first option is to continue straight after exiting the bridge.
The second option to access the east coast while at the new Heroes Highway roundabout was also explained.
Left turn and head north towards the Jaguar roundabout. There is an alternative option for anyone heading to Georgetown or in the northwards direction. Simply turn at the Windsor Estate Road, then continue until you reach the Eccles Dumpsite Road.
Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Marvin. The Ministry of Agriculture's hydrometeorological services, which are vital to the safety, resilience, and progress of any nation, celebrates its 60th anniversary. The observances are being held under the theme Advancing Our Services, Celebrating Communities. Jada June reports.
The Hydrometeorological Service is celebrating 6 decades of dedicated service to the people of Guyana. The Hydrometeorological Public Relations Officer, Kesra Boyle, says since its establishment, Hydromet has been safeguarding lives, strengthening agriculture, supporting aviation services, and guide disaster management, among other key roles.
For 6 decades, the Hydromet service has stood as a pillar of national service. We have been providing weather, water, and climate information to safeguard lives, strengthen agriculture, support aviation services, guide disaster management, and the list goes on.
Adding to the reflections, Mr. Rahman, who shared insights into the agency's history, highlighted the early commitment to training and knowledge transfer.
Over the years, we sent experts to train officers in each section the actual data collection procedures, which is called metadata, and the recording of the process. So those were our manual. As
Hydromet marks its 60th anniversary, the service not only celebrates its achievements, but also looks ahead to continuing its mission to building resilience and strengthening communities across Guyana. Jada Ju reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for your regional news.
Prasad in the Trinidad and Tobago High Court indicate that proceeds from the Dragon gas deal will go directly to ConocoPhillips and not to Venezuela, raising questions about the benefits for Caracas. Turning attention to news in Haiti. The United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, warned that the human rights situation in Haiti has deteriorated significantly since his last visit. In his speech to the Human Rights Council, he highlighted the escalating violence and human rights abuses, noting that over 16,000 people have been killed and around 7,000 injured from gang-related violence since January 2022. Turk welcomed the UN Security Council's decision to enhance the Kenya-led multinational security support mission, describing it as a crucial sign of international support for Haiti, as urgent assistance is needed to prevent further crises. Gangs are spreading fear beyond Port-au-Prince into nearby regions, like Lower Artinabite and the Centre Department, creating a fertile ground for cross-border arms, drugs, and human trafficking that strengthen regional stability. An estimated 270,000 to 500,000 firearms are illegally circulating in Haiti.
Since opening its doors in July, the new Enmore regional
gangs are involved in killings, kidnappings, extortion at checkpoints, hijacking food trucks, and destroying homes, hospitals, and schools and public buildings. And finally, with some international news. The release of U.S. jobs data usually has traders watching closely at 8:30 a.m. However, this Friday will be different as the United States government has shut down many operations due to a funding impasse, causing the Labor Department to suspend economic data releases, including the monthly employment report. Friday does have all the makings of a rather long lunch somewhere now, quipped Michael Brown, Senior Research Strategist at the Pepperstone in London. For him, the report would normally land in the afternoon. The data disruption will suspend the usual Friday routine for many on Wall Street. Quote, economists and strategists typically connect at 8:30 a.m. Now you can get other work done, said Matthew Miskin, co-chief investment strategist at Manulife, John Hancock Investments. Continuing, it will be nice to have a Friday morning without the eye twitching while waiting for the jobs report, Miskin said. Thank you for watching. I am Antonio Day. Goodbye for now and do have a great weekend.
Delvin Neblet is up next for HGP's Sports Pulse.
Good evening, Guyana. I'm Delvin Neblet with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Friday, October 3rd, 2025. We begin tonight with football. KFC International Schools Football Tournament returns. December 14 to 21, 2025 will see an action-packed week of football as the 6th edition of the KFC International Schools Football Championship is set to kick off with matches at the Ministry of Health ground on Carifesta Avenue and the Queen's College ground on Thomas Lands. For the first time ever, Brazil's Monteiro Lobato School, hailing from Bovista, and Bahamas' Anglican Central Education Authority will be making an appearance in the tournament. Defending champs Chase Academy along with Anai Secondary will fly Guyana's flag, while the final local representative will come from the Republic Bank League. Other confirmed participants include the Kingston College of Jamaica, St. Benedict's College of Trinidad and Tobago, and a team from Suriname to be decided in November. The 8 teams will battle in group play before the top 4 teams advance to the semi-finals. Action also resumes this weekend in the Ghana Football Federation's Elite League Season 7 with the 2 fixtures at the National Training Center in Providence on Saturday and 2 fixtures on Sunday. The first match on Saturday will see Anse Grove United go up against the mainstay Gold Stars, while Manedalas take on tabletopper Slingers FC in the second fixture. On Sunday, the Fruta Conquerors will do battle against Denham Cell in the first match as Santos go head-to-head against the Ghana Defence Force FC in match number 2. Moving into basketball, the Ghana Basketball Federation was proudly recognized by the Caribbean Basketball Confederation, CBC, for its outstanding commitment to the growth and development of basketball in the region. CBC President Leslie Moore highlighted Guyana's dedication to hosting major regional tournaments and championships while also investing in the development of the sport at all levels, particularly the fast-growing 3-on-3 format. The award was presented during the CBC Assembly held on day 1 of the FIBA Americas Assembly in Mexico City, Mexico, and was received on behalf of the GBF by Vice Presidents Roel Tony and Jermaine Slater, along with General Secretary Patrick Haynes. The Ghana Basketball Federation dedicated the award to all its affiliates and partners, particularly the Government of Guyana and the Ghana Olympic Association. In cricket, Cricket West Indies has confirmed sweeping changes to its regional cricket calendar for 2026, citing severe financial constraints that will force the governing body to cut and restructure several tournaments. The announcement was made on Wednesday by CWI Chief Executive Officer Chris Derring during the board's quarterly press conference in Antigua. Derring admitted that the upcoming year would present a very challenging financial year as revenues are projected to fall sharply. Among the major adjustments, the Under-17 tournament has been scrapped, while the women's competition will be merged. On the men's side, both the combined campuses and colleges and the West Indies Academy teams will no longer feature in the regional tournaments. Derring explained that the dip in revenue stems largely from the ICC's financial model, which offers little benefit to CWI when hosting tours involving Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and New Zealand. Despite the cost-cutting measures, Derring was quick to reassure that player fees and retainer contracts will remain untouched. Looking ahead, Derring said CWI has devised a 4-pronged attack to navigate its financial challenges. This includes continued lobbying with the ICC to restructure the financial model, re-engineering domestic tournaments, working more closely with CARICOM, and securing greater financial support from regional companies. More in cricket, India's batters shine as West Indies toil on day 2. India assumed command of the first test against the West Indies at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad on day 2, with 3 batters scoring centuries on a day that yielded 327 runs for the home side. KL Rahul, who was unbeaten on 53, secured his 11th test century as he reached an even 100 before losing his wicket to Jamel Warkan, while the captain Shubman Gill, who was also unbeaten on 18, would be dismissed by Roston Chase for an even 50. Dhruv Jarrell was remarkable to bring up his maiden test century, reaching 125 before becoming the first test wicket for debutant Kyrie Pierre, while Ravindra Jadeja brought up his 5th test century and is currently unbeaten on 104 as India finished the day on 448 for 5. Finally, in cricket, action begins in the East Coast Cricket Board's Navins Construction First Division 50 overs competition with 5 matches at multiple venues on Sunday. Upcoming fixtures include Lusignan A versus Golden Grove A at the Golden Grove Ground, Lusignan B versus Young Rivals at the Lusignan Ground, Industry versus Buxton A at the Buxton Ground, Enmore versus Ogle at the Enmore Ground, and Better Hope A versus Fairfield at the Fairfield Ground. Action also continues in the ECCB's Premier Insurance 2nd Division 40 overs competition with 2 fixtures on Sunday, including Ogle B versus Lowland at the Ogle Ground and LBI B versus East Coast Masters at the LBI Ground. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblet reminding you to stay in the game.
Journalists in Guyana who hold government accountable. We won't be kissing their, says VP JAGDEO. PPPC denies spending $5 billion on elections campaign. He will make the figure known later, says GS JAGDEO. FGM will take fight against GECOM to CCJ after appeal court defeat. Positive impact of the new Enmore Regional Hospital on community well-being. And in sport, Guyana Basketball Federation recognized by the Caribbean Basketball Confederation for its commitment to the game. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.